Welcome back to the finish line in association with Betfair.com. For all the latest odds from the world leading bookmakers, head over to Betfair.com. So we're back in action after our 8-point flu hit last week, and there's a bumper card at Ascot. So we're going to pick out 4 races there, and then we'll head over to Naas and Gordon for our next one. So we're going to kick off with the Betfair Ascot Chase. Tom?
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, cracking day's racing at Ascot tomorrow. 9 races on the card. The Betfair Chase is the pick of them. Waiting patiently, finally gets another run after them being very patient with him.
Extremely patient.
And getting unseated, going past the stands in the King George. Look, he's a horse, he still could be anything really, couldn't he? We don't really know how good he is. He beat Q Card last time, last year at Ascot, over the course of distance. You could maybe question that form, you know.
I question that form.
Q Card was probably past his best, and he pulled up in the Gold Cup, and then that was it for him. He did do it well though, but he's a horse that I'm not going to get on the bandwagon until, like, if he goes and smashes these, okay, fair enough, I'll take him seriously. I think he's more a Ryanair type than a Gold Cup horse anyway. The horse I can't have in this race is this Surname. I just can't take his form from the last day seriously at all. He won a course and distance handicap of 150 by 21 lengths. He's gone up a stone. Like, all of a sudden, like, I know he's gone and done that, but if you put any of these in that handicap, I'm not saying any handicap, but in that handicap of 150, I think they would have done the same thing.
Did he do that last year? Anyway, and then bomb out for the rest of the season.
He did. He was placed in a grade 1. Sorry, I'm laughing now. All I can see is one of the stats probably off this behind me.
Oh, jeez.
You know it's Friday afternoon and there's not much going on.
Oh, no.
Big shout out to Jacob, who's been threatening to do that for a while now.
8-point flu hasn't hit him.
Yeah, look, Surname, he got placed for me grade 1s last season.
But thrown off now.
He's going to have to step up a lot to take these on. Political is very solid. He clearly didn't stay in the King George. I think this is his trip. He's won around Ascot. The horse for me though, I'll put him up at a price. Again, this is price dependent. Surname, I can't have him at 3 to 1. How him in Political at the same price, I don't know. Waiting patiently is 74. Fair, I think, as well. One who could be slightly overpriced, Fox Norton's 13 to 2. You know, he's chased home a lot of good horses over 2 miles.
He's under so.
Yeah, he was good comeback run behind Attitude under Clarence House. He was no match to him. Interesting, I think he's a horse that a middle distance trip could suit him. He's only had 1 run over 2 miles 4, and he won the grade 1 Melon Chase at Aintree. He's over 2 mile 4 even. This is 2 mile 5. I think this will suit him. He's had his comeback run. As long as he comes on from that, yeah, I think he's got a good chance. At the prices, I'd take a chance on him. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Waiting Patiently go and beat these.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Joe with Fox Norton. Like his comeback run, his back form is good. As you said, his Melon Chase is over 2.4, it's over 2.5. 13 to 2. I'll have a bit of that. Waiting Patient, I can't have any day of the week. Can't take them no matter what people say about them. For me, they're dodging big horses every day of the week.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a few on here, but like they're campaigned gently to get him there. That's fine. I don't think he's gone and done it yet. I'm not saying he can't go and do it, but he hasn't really gone and done it yet. And until he does, I'm not in the bandwagon.
There's too much hype behind him, and he's done 0 so far. He's beat a Q Card that was done. He was finished. He was finished the year before that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would agree that form doesn't stand up to too much.
As you said, with Surname, I can't have him. He does this once a year and he blows out for the rest of the season. Political, I've never really spoke to him. He won at Angel last year, beating Vin, who pulled for 3 miles of 2.5 mile race.
Yeah, he's a solid horse. Like, he runs his race, but he's not a superstar.
No, he's not a superstar by any means. So I think Fox Norton could easily win this.
Yeah, just at the price. I think he's too right.
13 to 2.
I think he's more of a 5-1 shot than 9 to 2. I think he's a bit too big a price.
Yeah, I'd be happy rolling with Fox Norton.
Yeah, Fox Norton would be my selection as well.
So, next we will go on to Betfair Hurdle. Tom, take us through.
Super. Yeah, this is a fascinating race. In recent times, there's been a few novices who've run in this of marks in the low 140s, and they've gone on to the Supreme. The horse who places in the champion hurdle every year is now My Tentor Yorks.
Yeah.
He did it. Klashnikov did it and was second in the Supreme. And this race looks dominated at the minute by those type of horses, mainly Getaway Trump and Al Dancer.
Yeah.
Al Dancer was very impressive at Cheltenham, bolted up. He's gone up £12 for that, but he could still be improving. My worry about this race is, even though it's a competitive Betfair Hurdle, I actually don't think there's much pace on. Went through last night and I can't see the pace angle. I think we were talking about a horse called Blue Cavalier, who is the only real horse that is an out and out kind of front runner.
Yeah.
So I think he'll take him along. But there's not a lot of pace on, I don't think. Now look, it's not saying that other people have looked at this now, and if the jockeys look at this and no one's going to make it, someone will make it. But Al Dancer would have a good chance. Now I know he's favourite, but the second favourite at the minute, Getaway Trump, is the one for me in this. He brings this champ form to the table. We're massive fans of Champ here. That form from the Challow was pretty good, I think. Brewing Up a Storm, he was running a cracking race against Birchdale. He'd have put him right up to Birchdale. He was obviously really well liked. He was only beaten 2 lengths in the Challow, Getaway Trump, and he actually beat Brewing Up a Storm by 2 lengths in the same race. So I don't know, off a marker, I think he's 142. Yeah. I see. Look, wait, no, wrong horse. 142. Harry Cobden. Sorry, yeah. Harry Cobden takes the rise, and I think this lad will go very, very close to winning this. I think it's a race where you want a progressive young horse, and I think he's the one for me. There are a few in it who are young progressive, but he's my pick.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Same as Tom said, we're a big fan of Champ, and he ties in with Champ form, and that race working out to be one of the best races of the season so far. And there's not much else that really draws me to it. Al Dancer, yes, as Tom said, could be fairly good. 11-4 at the Wanton. Did they leave you out too?
He's a nice horse. Yeah. He kind of fits a similar profile of a young novice progressing. He'd have a good chance as well.
He's back.
He's back, isn't he?
I'd have him feeling Getaway Trump and Did They Leave You Out too. I'd forgive him his last run. The Nick Iffer's horse wasn't running well at all that time of the year, and there was an interview with him during the week, said he's back to his best. He's working well, and he's been trying for this, and they're hoping for a very, very big run, and he's about 6-7 to 1. It's not that big of a price, but I can see the two of them coming home first and second, and Al Dancer picking up the third.
Going for the TriCast, no?
Yeah. Why not?
The retirement TriCast.
Yeah. Chapman's only around the corner.
There won't be any podcasts now next week if you land on in Dubai.
We're joining the lads from at the races in Dubai.
Getaway Trump for me. I think he's a good chance. I just say about him, he has come back down to 2 mile from 2 mile 4, but I think he travelled so well.
He's a very speedy horse.
Yeah, he travelled so well in the Challow that I don't think that'll hinder him at all.
No.
I quite like
I think the drop back and actually suit him better.
It certainly won't be against him. Yeah, I really like him. I'm quite strong in for this.
So that's 2 Getaway Trump for the Betfair Hurdle. So now on to the Denman Chase. So there's only 4 runners.
Yeah, it's really disappointing, isn't it?
It's looking straightforward, really.
I mean, I suppose the 2 main ones run, Terrafort and Clan Des Obeaux. It's between those really. Thomas Patrick disgraced himself last day, didn't travel at all. He did. He didn't travel at all. Ballyhill, can't have him against these. So, look, Terrafort was a good novice. he hasn't looked the same this year, I don't think.
No.
There was a lot of hope that he'd go on and progress in the Open Company. Clan Des Obeaux, on the other hand, really looks to have progressed. Is a bit like the other Nicholson's surname. I don't know if it'll take his King George form quite
I can't trust
literally.
him.
It's like Bristol de Mai when he won the Betfair at Haydock. Like, if you took that form literally, it was the best run since Arkle. I can't take Clan Des Obeaux's form that literally. You know, Might Bite has had his issues with bleeding this year. Little Oak didn't stay. Bristol de Mai didn't finish. Native River Hayes, Kempton, and Thistlecrack can't be as good as he used to be.
No.
Even though he ran a cracking race and I love the horse, he can't be as good as he used to be. But look, he did nothing wrong that day. I think he'll win this. And just to the prices, 2 to 5. Yeah, I mean he'll win, won't he? Really, but yeah,
it's a watch and brief.
It's a watch and brief.
There's no chance in hell I go near anything in this. Clan Des Obeaux will win. Go on to Cheltenham and finish out the back in the Gold Cup.
I don't think he'll finish out the back. I think he'll finish 4th or 5th in the Gold Cup.
Beat 20 lengths.
Yeah.
When Album Photo wins by 10.
Okay, best luck with that mission. yeah. But no, Clan Des Obeaux for me in this. But yeah,
I'm not even going to add anything to that now because there's no point because Tom said it all. Clan Des Obeaux wins. Next, we are on to the 135 at Ascot.
Just the
Reynoldstown. Tom.
Interesting race. We were just chatting off camera, Andrew, and I said I went through. There were 10 entries for this, and I went through five of them. I made notes on that interested me, and they're the only 5 runners. Now this, unlike the Betfair Hurdle, is loads of pace.
Yeah.
Now McGinty, Topville Ben, the Nichols horse Coupe de Pinceau, I'd say it's nothing like that now. But and Venetia Williams' horse, Yaltari. They all made the running on their last few starts. Look, I'm sure they're not all going to be 4 in a line, go down the first, second, third. One of them will sit in, but this might just suit Mr. Malarky. Bolted up at Newbury off 130. Does need to improve on that. But my note was, wouldn't be the first time a Colin Tizard horse has started to improve at an older age for fences, for trip, and for time.
Still only a 6-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, he hasn't really been on the radar now as a proper graded horse, but you know, I think it wouldn't be unlike Colin to have one now that goes on and progresses.
I think he'll take some stopping in this. I think it's going to be set up for him.
I think it's an open race, but I do think it'll be set up for him, and he is my pick. How confident I'd be, that depends on the prices. One note I had about this can often be sometimes seen as a race for like the graded chases at Cheltenham. I think this is more of a race that you're going to be looking at whatever. The first 2 or 3 in this, I think, will be aimed at handicaps in Cheltenham.
Yeah. They won't be able to cut in there.
They'll be mid 140s, and I think it'd be more handicaps in Cheltenham we're looking at this year than the graded races. But yeah, Mr. Malarky, he'd be my pick. I wouldn't be surprised if he went and improves another £700.
I'm going to echo Tom again. This is getting ridiculous.
You can pick your own horses, Andrew. I won't mind, honestly.
I do, but then you give out to me.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it's going to be set up for Mr. Malarky. Topville Ben is going to go off like the Clappers. Yaltari goes off like the Clappers. Now McGinty the same. I think it's just going to fall into his lap. They're going to go off way too fast over 3 miles. I think turn around the bend, he'll be the only one left on the ride and side his way through the pack. Yeah, I think Mr. Malarky will win.
Yeah, Mr. Malarky as well for me, yeah.
So that's the look at the English racing for the weekend. Next video up will be the Irish racing, which includes the Red Mill Chase from Gorn.